Can you believe that Aspen home sales were up 200% in July? This is David Buck with Christie's International Real Estate, and today we're going to talk about the real estate stats for July of 2026 in the Roaring Fork Valley, starting here in Aspen, heading down valley to Basalt, Carbondale, Glenwood Springs, Snowmass Village, etc. And let's dive right in. First, we're going to talk about home sales here in Aspen. And as I started this off, I said home sales here in Aspen were up 200%. That was going from 3 transactions in July of 25 to 9 this past month. However, that median home price was down 13.7%, and that was going from $11.8 million to $10,185,000. Meanwhile, as far as condo sales go in Aspen, sales were down 77.8%. That was going from 9 transactions to 2 transactions in July. Meanwhile, the median condo price was down $90,000 or 3.4%. That was going from $2,675,000 a year ago to $2,585,000 this past month. Next up, we're going to head down valley to Basalt. Come down valley to Basalt. We're actually in Willits, and home sales here are down 33 1/3 or 3%, going from 3 transactions in July of 25 to 2 this past month. Meanwhile, we saw an increase in that median home price here in Basalt. That was up 5.7%, going from $2,755,000 to $2,912,500. Meanwhile, condo sales in Basalt were up 150%, going from 2 sales a year ago to 5 transactions this past month. However, that median condo price dropped 38.6%. That was going from $1,832,500 a year ago to $1,125,000 this past month. Now in Carbondale, we saw home sales flat year over year. There were 13 transactions a year ago and 13 this past month. However, that median home price in Carbondale dropped 22.2%. That was going from $1,780,000 a year ago to $1,385,000 this past month. Meanwhile, in Carbondale, we saw condo sales drop by 1/3, going from 3 transactions in July of last year to 2 this past month. However, we did see that median condo price increase 127%, going from $986,000 to $2,240,000 this past month. Meanwhile, home sales in Glenwood Springs were down 7.1%. In July of 2025, there were 14 home sales, and we saw 13 this past month. Meanwhile, that median home price is holding pretty consistent. It's actually up 0.5%, going from $970,000 a year ago to $975,000 this past month. Now, condo sales in Glenwood Springs are telling a little bit different story. Sales are up 20%, going from 5 transactions a year ago to 6 this past month. However, the median condo price is down over 50%. That was going from $645,000 a year ago to $320,500 this past month. Sales here in Missouri Heights doubled. They went from 1 sale a year ago to 2 this past month as a 100% increase. And then meanwhile, that median home price dipped 5%, going from $1.7 million to $1,612,500. However, once again, like most months, there were no condo sales that took place in Missouri Heights because what you're buying up here is the land. Meanwhile, there are no home sales to report in Old Snowmass in July. There were 3 transactions that took place a year ago, averaging $1,450,000, and then also no condo or townhome sales to report. A year ago, there's 1 transaction that took place for $525,000. Meanwhile, here in Snowmass Village, there were 0 or no homes to report in July. There were 2 trades that took place in July of 25, averaging just over $13 million. Now let's talk about the condos. Meanwhile, condo sales here in Snowmass Village are up 200%, going from 2 transactions to 6 transactions, and the median condo price dropped 67.5%, going from $3.4 million to just over $1.1 million. And finally, we have Woody Creek. Home sales were flat with just 1 transaction that took place a year ago and 1 this past month. However, that median home price jumped significantly, going from $1,250,000 a year ago to $6.9 million this past month. Now that's going to be a wrap for the market update for the Roaring Fork Valley in July of 2026. And if you have more questions about real estate anywhere from Aspen to Woody Creek and all throughout the Roaring Fork Valley, it's David Buck. Once again, Christie's International Real Estate, 808-371-3509.